Hey guys, it's me. It is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining me for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to somebody else who might like it too. Also, leave us a positive comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think about this beautiful deck that I'm about to show you. So the other day I was on, I don't know, Etsy. I think it was Etsy or it might have been Instagram. And I saw this picture. And I was like, what is that? And it was this deck. Let me show it to you. It's called the Spectrowhirl Tarot. 78 hand-painted cards. Let me show you the back of the box. So if you want to stop it, you can read it. But the artist, Benjamin, I was talking to him, and he was so nice, guys, so kind. And he sent me this deck for free for the purposes of doing a review. So here's Benjamin's information if you want to purchase this beautiful deck. I think he was selling it on Etsy. Then also his email is here, and this looks like his own personal website as well. And as you can see, he's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. So I will put this information underneath the video too. This is so cool. Look at that. That's the back of the card. Isn't that beautiful? This is the main reason how come I wanted to show you guys this deck, because the color choices on this deck, oh my god, just it's made me like, I was like, oh my god, you guys know how I am about color. So let's get into it. I have not opened it. It is still in the plastic, as you can see. I was waiting for you guys so we could open it together. And this is the second edition, apparently. Just showing you the box. Okay. Now we're going to take the plastic off. Alright. I have to use my handy dandy scissors. There we go. Alright, now it's out of the box, and I'm going to open this baby up. And I'm going to show you the cards. So like I said, what drew me to the deck was the colors. It comes in this tuck box. And you know something? I don't always like tuck boxes because I have a tendency to mess these up. Look at it. I already done bent it. I have a tendency to rip these and tear these up. But this one is not bad. I've seen some that were so flimsy. It was ridiculous. But this one is not that flimsy. If you're somebody who's into cards, you might want to get a bag. But I'm going to leave mine in that tuck box. There's a book. I wasn't expecting this to come with a book. Okay. So this book, and it's in color. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So if you are a beginner and you still need some instructions, you have this book. It's not a lot of information, but it's enough for a beginner. And for somebody that knows how to read, you're not even going to need the book, obviously. So let's get a look at the first card. Okay, guys. Wait a minute. I didn't mean to bump the camera. Excuse me. All right. So first things first. This is the first card, right? So these are the backs. Look at these colors. This color is, oh my god. I can't wait to read with this deck. This deck instantly puts me in a good mood. All right, let's see how the card stock is. Not bad. Not bad. These should shuffle good. All right, now I'm going to move this right here, and I'm going to show you guys the cards up close and personal. Let me get it all in your face. There you go. What I love first and foremost, if you take a look at it, I'm going to probably talk about these colors, but this is the Fool card. And anybody that knows the Fool card, I love the I love the childlike quality of this vibration. This is really beautiful. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. The Magician. And I'm gonna keep pulling this as close to you guys as I can get it. Oh, You know what's cool? Now, any of you that know tarot, all the symbols are there. I see the cup, I see the sword, I see the wand, and I see circles that could be representational of pentacles. So even though he has his own awesome style, and oh my god, he has his own awesome style, but all of the symbols are still there, even though he's has like this kind of abstract, awesome way of showing it. This is what drew me to this deck, why I wanted to review it, because I was like, yo, this does have the symbolism, but it does its own thing. And I like that, because anybody who collects tarot, you guys know that most of the decks are based on either Thoth Tarot or the Rider-Waite Smith. And these seem to have the Rider-Waite Smith symbolism, but it does its own thing. A lot of decks basically just copy the Rider-Waite Smith, but you know, change whatever their theme is. They change it to match their theme. But this does that, but he also goes off into his own thing. There is so much symbolism in these cards. I could spend probably hours doing a reading with these, just discussing the different symbols that are going on in these cards. So if you guys love this deck as much as I do, run out and purchase it. Run to his Etsy store and purchase this, or go to his website. The first thing I noticed when after he and I finished talking, I noticed how many people gave him 5-star reviews. So people are really enjoying this deck. Look at that. Oh, that looks like love to me. The heart. Oh, it's just so beautiful. And have you guys noticed that there are no people in this deck? There's not one human I haven't seen yet. And I'm with that. I am with that. I like using symbolism. I love that. And like I said before, I love that it does its own thing. Okay, we have an animal. Look at that. That is gorgeous. This is the kind of deck where I can pick out certain cards that would be awesome to have on the wall. That would be a beautiful picture to go over the couch. That is gorgeous. Oh, I can't stop loving this deck enough. Look at that beautiful lantern. And the Hermit always carries a lantern. So here we have the symbolism of the Hermit, and then all these beautiful colors. The Hermit is also all about introspection, and the Hermit is often studying magic, which is very interesting. So to see all of these colors bursting from out of the lantern makes perfect sense. Look at that. Love it. Just love it. But you guys know me. Any deck that has color is automatically going to draw my attention. And then it's not borderless. I do prefer decks that are borderless. But the border is not huge. I can deal with the border if it's not overpowering. This border is not overpowering. And it actually adds to the artwork, because the black makes all the color and the white at the bottom and the words, it makes it just stand out that much more. All right, this is the death card. This is the card that's on the front of the booklet. Wow. For me, it makes it a little less scary, actually, the colors of it, because death is often associated with black and white. I love that addition of color. So that takes it to a whole nother level for me. The Temperance card. Look at that. Oh, man. The butterfly. Yeah. Oh, these are really, these are as beautiful as I thought they were going to be. Now, check this out. So we still have the colors, but this is the Devil card. The Devil card often indicates the shadow, pessimism, could indicate all kinds of dark things, negative things, or just like I said before, being caught up. Also could indicate being bound to something. So I love how it's still the colors, but that black, that darkness is added to show that this card is a little more challenging. I try not to call any of the cards bad. You know, we don't have bad cards. We have challenges. Oh, check out the tower, baby. All right, next is the Aquarius card. So let's see how they did. The star. The star represents the Aquarius. So in every deck, I always look for the star. If the star is on point, I will look at the rest of the deck. This is really beautiful. That's really beautiful. Like, again, very different. Every star card has a star in it, but there's usually a woman in it. So I love it. So far we've mostly just seen like butterflies, mushrooms, other symbols. We had a beautiful lion. That strength card is probably my favorite card in the entire deck. That lovers card was beautiful too. But this whole deck is doing it for me. This whole deck. And then look at the size of the cards, y'all. They're not that big. Most tarot decks are actually longer. Not so much wider, but longer than this. So I do like the sizing. If you're somebody who has small hands, this is perfect. It's not, I have small decks, they're like mini decks, and I also have larger decks. And this deck is perfect. It's right between the two. It's not too big and it's not too small. Oftentimes the decks are big. That's usually what you get, is too big. And I can deal with too big because, as you can see, I have large hands. But for somebody who has small hands, this is perfect. I also think this deck, in my opinion, a beginner can read this deck. I mean, if you just took a look at the guidebook and look at the symbolism, a beginner could read this deck. But I feel like this deck would probably be best suited for those of us who really, really know the cards, because the symbols are there, you know, but they're in different places. Look at that, isn't it? Look at that duality with the colors. Oh, yes. Awesome. So the symbolism is there, but I feel like for somebody like me who's been reading, you know, since 1999, I'll be able to grab these and read these and it wouldn't be a problem at all. But a newbie who is looking for the same old Rider-Waite kind of symbolism would have a harder time, because the symbolism is there, but it's not in the same places that you're going to see it in a traditional Rider-Waite Smith. This is cute. I like that. So because it's not in the, you know, it's not exactly the same, is my point. It's very abstract, and I love that about this. I'm enamored with it. I'm just like, oh my God, this is beautiful. This is the Six of Wands. And I love this, the little dots. I love that. It's in several of them. And we see some branches. I'm just like, wow, this is amazing. I am so happy that I met Benjamin, because it is really my honor to show this beautiful deck. And the thing about it, if you remember from the beginning of the box, these are hand painted. So I assume he painted them and then some kind of way scanned them onto the card. And I'm just like, wow, he is a really fantastic artist. Yeah. I'm definitely feeling like this is something that I would love to use. Especially, you know something, some of the times as a tarot reader, when I'm sitting on the phone reading person after person after person, I always have to use different decks. That's why anybody who knows me knows that I have a huge collection of tarot and oracle decks. And that's why, because as I'm staring at the cards, they begin to, like, I don't know, I guess I get bored with the images is really what it is. I can never get bored with these images. I'm never going to be able to, which is awesome, because each of these images has so much going on in it. You know how you watch a movie and every time you watch the movie you see things that you didn't notice before? That's what this deck reminds me of. I feel like every time I read a different person with this deck, I'm going to see different things that I didn't notice in the card before. Because just now sitting here, when I first look at the card, I see, bam, what pops out at me. And then I'm like, oh, but look at that. Oh, but look at that. And it's like all these little details around it. So I really think that's going to be very different. Now, this is the Cups suit. The Cups is my favorite suit. So if you do the Cups right, you have my heart forever. This first one, it definitely kicked the door in. It definitely kicked the door in with that first one. I think Benjamin really just wants me to love his art because it is definitely so. Look at those cups. Man, I love how intricate and ornate the cups are. That is really awesome. Yeah. I love that. I love the thing about the cup suit when you look at it. Cups is about emotion. So I was wondering how he was going to represent water. Water represents emotion sometimes. Other things, it represents other things too. But here we see it being poured into the cups. But the water is not blue. Some of it is blue, some of it is pink. I'm feeling that. Now look at this one. This one is kind of sideways going on. Love that. Love that. Awesome. Yeah, but you got different colors. You got pinks and reds and blues and all kind of colors that are going into the cups. And I'm really feeling that. It's not just the, you know, the same old blue water we see time and time again, which is fine because I've seen that the water looks tremendous in certain decks. But I like this choice. This is a very conscious choice. It is a good one. And I also love how, even though some of the symbolisms are like repeating, like we're seeing cups repeat, things like that, they're different though. Different sizes, different shapes. He moves them around, where they're placed at. I would love to know how long it took him to paint this deck, because I would think, like, just looking at the work, I would think this took years. Seriously. I don't think this is, I mean, unless he just sat there and just painted every day for like 6 months straight or something like that. But this looks like a labor of love. Ah, okay. Now we're getting into the quartz cards. There's our page. Okay. I haven't seen a card yet that I didn't like. I'm feeling all of these. The Knight. I often get the Knight of Cups. It's one of the cards that came up in my numerology. And the Knight of Cups is lover, lover. I'm not like that anymore, but when I was young, I was, man. Oh, look at the Queen of Cups. Okay. Look at the seashell right in the middle. Placement is perfect. I cannot wait to read somebody with this deck. I think I'm going to read myself with it. Look at that. Man. Yeah, but I love that concept. Okay, now we're coming into the swords. Oh, these swords are awesome. One thing I like about art is that in a lot of art from different cultures, the swords are awesome. Just like the different kinds of swords, the broadsword, the short sword, the samurai sword. I love different types of swords and looking at how they are depicted. That's really cool. Look at that. Whew, man. Even the cards that have like a little, you know, more challenging of energy, I feel like came off really awesome. And the colors, even though the cards are still going to mean the same thing, the colors are really giving me a whole new life, because it's like they're taking me to a whole different space. Like this one, the Five of Swords, is usually about, you know, fighting. One person's walking away. They've been defeated. Another person is a victor. You know, it's usually 3 people in the card. But for some reason, this image takes me to space. Right there, it just takes me out into the cosmos. So I'm like, okay, taking you deeper into the message. I love how we're underwater with this one. Usually with the Six of Swords, and you see how this energy is underwater, but it's coming out. The Six of Swords is about moving on to better times. So if the swords are emerging from the muck, from the murk, this beautiful water isn't really murky, but they're emerging from the water. So moving on to better times. Yeah, this is awesome. This is really awesome. The 8. Awesome. Yeah, that's why I said, you know, just looking at the symbolism, if somebody doesn't really know tarot, that's why I said, you know, the book will come in handy. Somebody who's a beginner, like if this is the deck you choose to learn on, you're going to definitely need to work with the book. Now, when I'm finished with this, if we have enough time, I'll look at one of the entries. Nice. I'll look at one of the entries in the book. This is really giving me gay pride. Even though I don't know, it doesn't say anything about that on the box, but that's what it's giving me. It's actually, it says on the box, rainbows and whimsical. So it doesn't really go into any sexuality at all. But that's what it reminds me of, only because these are the colors. I've been to so many pride parades, y'all. I mean, so many, all over the country. And these are the colors that are always flying. Not as much black, but and not as much white, but the rainbows and the pinks and all of that, definitely. Pentacles. More money, more money. Let's see. He calls it the Ace of Coins. Traditionally, it's the Ace of Pentacles, but it's fine. People always change like the names. I've seen pentacles. I've seen coins. I'm trying to think. I've seen all kinds of different people change it in different ways. Excuse me, guys. Something is in my throat and I'm trying not to cough in your ear. Alright, so yeah. 2 of Pentacles. Ooh, 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 ooh. The duality that he does with the 2s is awesome. 3 of Pentacles. Work, work, work. Love it. Love it. Stained glass window. Perfect. And it's perfect for the colors too. Okay. Awesome. You can see that he had a clear artistic vision and just wrote it all the way through. Beautiful. Oh, yes, beautiful. Now, this is more greens. I love the greens because greens represent prosperity to me, money, and health. You know, so I love the greens. The 8 of Pentacles. Look at that. Nice. The 8 of Pentacles always has pentacles along the side like that. So I love that. Very clever choice. Nine. Awesome. Just awesome. Alright, let's look at the 10. And then we're going to look at the court cards. Love it. Alright, now we have our court cards. The page. Okay. And that looks like, I don't know if that's what that is, but I swear that's a lollipop. It looks like one. I've seen a few of those. I wonder if those are lollipops. The Knight of Pentacles. Awesome. Yes. Oh, let's look at our queen. Wow, beautiful, prosperous green energy. Oh, be still my heart. He got me with this, man. He got me. He really has me. I'm going to be using these for years to come. Okay, awesome. All right. So, excellent card stock. Look at that size. Look at that. Perfect. Just perfect to grab it, you know? All right, now I promised you guys if we had time, we'd look at an entry to see how helpful is our guidebook. So, let's take a look. Oh, he gives us the upright and the reverse. Yeah. Definitely. So, because he gives the upright and the reverse and a really good description of what the card means, it's not a long description though. It's very basic, but it's on point. Like for example, let's look at the lovers. Two trees intertwine in a transcendent chemical reaction. Okay. Okay, so he's describing what's happening and then he describes what it means. A pivotal point in your relationships. Okay, and if it's reverse, it might be time for the end of a relationship. Okay. Okay, yeah. I feel like this is good. Yeah, it's more than enough. So if you're a beginner, you really should just read the book because he's going to talk about what's going on in the picture and what it means. So yeah, beginners can definitely use this then. Yeah, you're just gonna have to work with the you're gonna have to work with the book as far as the symbolism is concerned. All right, so that is our review of the, let's get the name right, Spectrowhirl Tarot. It is beautiful. It is awesome. It is a 10 out of 10. And if you like this art style and you enjoyed this review, please go check out Mr. Benjamin. What is Benjamin's last name? Benjamin Allen Simon is his name. So please check out Benjamin's deck. Please purchase it. Check underneath this video for where you can get this deck. I will put all the information that I showed you at the beginning underneath this video. Thank you for watching and come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.